All right, welcome back everybody. Today's episode we are going to get this K20a2 head all assembled, and then next episode we're going to get it onto the K24a2 block that we have and get the whole engine buttoned up. So over the next two episodes we'll get this K24 Frank motor all assembled, ready to go. I want to get it sealed up so I can get some more projects done on the car before the season starts. And then we'll talk about plans on when we're going to actually get this motor in the car. So stay tuned and we'll get started on this head. Okay, so this is what we're starting with. We've got our K20a2 head. This has been to a machine shop, been hot tanked, surfaced. We have the SuperTech valve train, valve springs and beehive springs and retainers that I took out of my K20a2 motor in the car now. I've got some new Valpro valve stem seals. Our factory valves that we cleaned up a couple episodes ago down here, all ready to go. So we'll go ahead and get a camera set up here and we will get this all installed and ready to go. A couple things before we get started. Always a good idea to have some safety glasses on. When we're installing springs and retainers, there's quite a bit of stored energy in them when you compress them. And if one of them lets go, you want to have some protection on your eyes. And then I just wear some, what are these things? Grease Monkey rubber gloves. They seem to hold up fairly well. These are the 8mm ones, and yeah, it just keeps all the grease and brake cleaner and stuff off your hands. You definitely don't want to have brake cleaner getting on your hands regularly. It can cause internal organ damage, so make sure you got the right equipment here. I also have proper shoes on too, and just to protect my feet if anything falls, so I have steel-toed boots on. Yeah, so we'll get going on this now. Alright, so first things first, we are going to get our lower spring seats in place. Make sure that they're cleaned up well. These ones have got some old valve seal goop on them. And then we're going to put our valve seals on as well. So I'll just go through here and get these on in place. Okay, so the reason why we want to make sure we get all these valve seats in here first before we put the seals on is the valve seat won't fit over the valve stem seals. So go ahead and get the rest of these on here. And let's put our valve seals in place now. Okay, so what I do is I take a little bit of engine assembly lube, or even oil, and just put it in here so it doesn't get totally ratcheted up getting pressed on here. Set up a couple of them so we can press them all through at the same time. And then I got this tool with my valve seal removal kit, and it's just got a hollow end in it. So you take it, put it over top, and press your seal down. That's kind of how you do it. Do that 14 more times and we'll have these all done. Okay, so I ended up switching over to a socket and an extension to press the valve seals on. The tool that I had, the inside diameter was a little bit too big and it was actually slipping over the metal collar of the valve seals, so this worked in its place. So now we'll get ready and we'll start dropping valves in. Okay, so I'm going to start on the intake side, which is over on this side here. I'm going to do one cylinder, so a set of 2 valves at a time. And I'll get these in. I'm going to put some assembly lube on them so that they don't run dry when I first fire it up. Just put a dab on the end. Probably a lot more than we need, but and we want to make sure that we put these back into the same hole that we lapped them to. Yeah, that'll work. There's a good view for you guys. So I'll just wheel this in by hand. I don't like using power tools for this because I feel that you don't get a feel for it when you do it. So yeah.
Do you want to know what it is? The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us. Even now, in this very room, you can see it when you look out your window or when you turn on your television. You can feel it when you go to work, when you go to church, when you pay your taxes.
Yeah, I put my finger over the keepers just in case something pops. I'll hopefully keep them from flying all over the place. But this is what it looks like when they're in there. One's already getting ready to launch. Go back down again.
It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to prevent you from what truth that you are a slave.
There we go. So that's what they look like when they're going in properly. Okay, so as you can see, that is a fairly time-consuming process. It's fiddly because the keepers are always trying to kind of fall into place if everything's not perfectly in line. And the way this tool is working, it doesn't really have things perfectly in line. So on that last one, I had to use the screwdriver here to kind of pry the cup a little bit to line up the valve stem in the retainer. So that worked. I'll continue on. I'll get the rest of these all done and then we will come back and close this one out. So probably cue a big long time lapse now. Okay guys, my phone battery is dying and that's my way of filming this, so We've got halfway down the intake side done. I still have the exhaust side to do. I want to try to get this knocked out tonight, but this battery won't last that long, and I don't have any way to charge it down here, so I'm going to knock out the rest of these right now, and I will come back and do an outro for you guys then. Alright, so there we have it. We've got the K20a2 head all valve turning back in. So we've got the valves back in, we've got the SuperTech valve springs and retainers in, and the head's been all cleaned up, valves have been lapped, it's all ready for final assembly now. So next episode what we're going to do is we're going to take this completed head and we're going to put it onto the K24 block. We'll get the rocker assemblies, cams and timing chain on, all that stuff buttoned up. And yeah, that'll be next week's episode. So thanks everybody for joining in. Sorry the footage wasn't the greatest. The battery almost dying on my camera or phone kind of screwed that up, and I'm not great at doing B-roll, so there you have it. So anyways, we'll see you all next week. Thanks a lot everybody. Bye bye.